Like geddytrey on stuff, whooshy gives a proper reaction.
And now for something completely different.
Good gang, geddytrey back on stuff. Today we have the entire Sleep Token album. Their latest one, anyway. Well, they have a new one coming out, so the one before this one, just so that we can kind of get up to date. If you've been here from the beginning, you'll know that my journey with Sleep Token, I went way back. Way back. Listen to the first ever track they released. Then we listened to the Hey Ya cover that they did. Everything that I've listened to so far has been very inventive, incredible. The lyricism has been very deep, very poetic, very dark, mysterious. There's a lore that goes along with them, one that I don't completely understand. However, we're here for it. I'm going to try and keep the lore in mind as we delve into these lyrics, but I am doing the whole album, so without further ado, thank you very much for being here. This will only be available on Patreon, so Patreon members, thank you very much for being here. Without further ado, let's go. I'm very nervous. A lot of people have been asking for Granite as well. Ooh.
Sulfur on your breath, granite in my chest. You will never have to talk about it. You'll never want to talk about it. Fury, too damn late. Reason dislocates, and you'll never have to talk about it. You'll never want to talk about it. I was more than just a body in your passenger seat, and you were more than just somebody I was destined to meet. I see you go half blind when you're looking at me, but I am
Okay.
between the second-hand smoke and the glass on the street.
I'm liking the very the very floaty vocals that you're getting harmonizing throughout the back of his, I don't know, quite R&B, quite melodic flow that he's on. It's quite a I wouldn't say generic, but I would say poppy flow, you know. Go half blind when you're looking at me.
I was more than just a body in your passenger seat, and you were more than just somebody I was destined to meet. I see you go half blind when you're looking at me, but I am between the second-hand smoke and the glass on the street. You gave me nothing whatsoever but a reason to leave. You say you want me, but you know I'm not what you need.
And again, you're hearing like a, but you know I'm not what you need. And then you're hearing like a, but you know I'm not what you need. You're hearing like a higher pitch going over that as well. And that sounds recorded. It doesn't just sound like he's pitched up his vocals a little bit. I like that. I am between the second-hand smoke and the glass on the street. I don't know what he means by that, because in my head I've got two things: drugs and rioting. Those are the two things going on in my head when I read that.
When you're looking at me, but I am between the second-hand smoke and the glass on the street. You gave me nothing whatsoever but a reason to leave. You say you want me, but you know I'm not what you need. But I am
Nice.
when you sit there, acting like you know me, acting like you only brought me here to get below me. Never mind the death threats, plotting at the doorway. Rather be 6 feet under than be lonely. And if you had
Below.
a problem, then you
6 feet, then be lonely, below. Below, 6 feet below, be lonely. That is a word play. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Vore. What am I doing? The Sleep Token suggestions, they always come from the new metal and metal reactions that I've done. So, you know, perhaps it's ignorant of me. In fact, I don't even think it's ignorant, because not all artists and not all bands have this. Not all of them have this deep poetry and a genuine, almost passion and love, it seems, for the writing element and for putting little bars in there. That's not something that just happens by coincidence, because it's happened too much on Sleep Token Records. And like I say, it's also not something that every other artist and band chooses to do with their songs. But Sleep Token always pepper a little bit of it in there. And it makes me go, oh, fucking weird. Imagine what I'm going to be like at Download when I see them. I wonder, do I want to know this actually? I don't think I'm going to ask this question, because if I know the answer, if anybody tells me the answer in the comments, it might ruin the live thing for me. So I'm not going to ask that. I'll ask it after I've seen them. Because I haven't even seen anything Sleep Token live. And the whole death threats thing as well, like, was that real? You know? Is that real? It seems too real. That some of the things that are written within Sleep Token seem very personal, you know? But then with the whole lore attached to it, you don't know if the thing that he's talking about is a relationship that he has with this entity or this demon or whatever sleep is, the relationship that he has with that, or if even if the entity of sleep is in of itself a caricature of an actual man or woman that exists, that he's had a relationship with, and sleep is somehow like I say, a caricature or a sort of metaphysical embodiment of that whole relationship, and the feelings that were in there were sort of cast out and created sleep, or this entity. All of the feelings that he went through sort of created this conglomerate of darkness that is now taking over him. I don't know, because I don't know the law. I don't know enough about anything. All right, it's a running theme on this channel and with me as a person. Why am I twerking, bruv? Be lonely. Facts. Facts. Woo! Granite. Passenger. Fire. Okay. It's like a bone breaking. fire. Woohoo! And the nice little show off in vocals at the end there. They don't do screaming in everything they do. It's become apparent to me the more that I listen, they don't do screaming in everything they do. A lot of bands do, you know, and I respect that about them. It's something that I like hearing. I genuinely like hearing it of Sleep Token, and it's so strange as like a rap and hip hop fan to get to the end of a track like that where there was sort of trap instrumental fused in there, and I'm still like, but where was the screaming though, you know? That record was quite magical. I like the weirdly, I like the repetition of that as well, because I really like the flow of that. I really like the flow of it. Huh. Granite, Passenger Seat, Journey. Crossroads. It feels like maybe the start of a journey, you know? Because this song didn't feel like the end of anything. It literally felt like the start of something, because there were a lot of questions left unanswered. If I've done this correctly, then I believe that this is, because I've not included in this the songs that I've already done from the album, because I think that Take Me Back to Eden and maybe The Summoning, I think both of those are from this album, but obviously because I've done them already, I haven't included those in. But I think that this is one of the first tracks on there. If it's the first, then that would be brilliant, because this feels like the beginning of a journey. And with it being Granite and, you know, talking about, it was literally talking about a journey, you know. I'm very excited for the rest of this, because I got a similar feeling with that when the drums and the new metal instrumentation kicked in. Or metal rather, I don't know. But when that instrumentation kicked in, I got similar feelings that I got with Tool. It's a huge audio experience, because there's a lot happening and there's a lot that's done in the mixing and the engineering of this record. There's a lot that's gone into it, and I really, really appreciate that. So Granite, definitely one that I can go back and listen to over and over again. There's another Take Me Back to Eden, Ascensionism, The Summoning. There's been so many that I've genuinely enjoyed. Hopefully the rest of this album's going to give some more bangers. Let's go! Aqua Regia? Off top, I like how both of these tracks, Granite, and I'm going to have to go back and listen to the start of Take Me Back to Eden and the other one now, but the start of them, it's not been like straight away with drums or straight away with guitar. It's been these weird electronic noises, which would make this new metal, right? Is that what they're going for? Or has this been put in a box yet? Has this been pigeonholed? Is it even important that we know? Aqua Regia or Regia or Regia or Regia? The reverb's so nice on that as well. And again with the engineering, that's been done on purpose. The velocity on each, and maybe if you're a producer, unless you're a producer, you're not really going to understand this. The amount of force and in tonality of each note has been, it's almost like they've gone 20% on the first note, 40% on the next note, 60% on the next note, because spatially, it's like somebody's, I don't know how to pronounce this. I don't know how to put this into words, but it's like somebody going up steps in a circle. Like, picture a spiral staircase, but each step is one of these piano notes, and you're going up stepping on each one. That's what it feels like spatially. That's been done in the after. You know, that's been done in the creative process of this as a record. That's what I love about, and that's why I asked if this was new metal, because that's one thing that I love about it. The care that goes into the mixing and mastering of these records. It's the things that are done in the production is so good, especially with decent headphones, you know.
Bouncing off the walls, between teeth on a broken jaw, following a blood trail, frothing at the moor. These days I'm a
more. I absolutely love. Do we know his name? What do we call him? Why have I never even thought to ask this question? You know, because the Brer wears a mask. It's like you don't. Like, he obviously doesn't want you to know his name, but then what do we call him? Or it? What do we call it? The vocalist. I really like his voice. However, I really would like to hear different inflections, different runs at the end of a bar, you know? Because with a lot of these, it's not the same flow, but it's the same cadence. It's along the same tones, and then the ending run is almost always the same. That's just only one criticism, you know. I'd like to hear some different runs.
Well, my love is an animal call, cutting through the darkness, bouncing off the walls, between teeth on a broken jaw, following a blood trail, frothing at the moor. These days I'm a circuit board, integrated hardware you cannot afford. The perfect start to a perfect war, putting down the roses, picking up the sword.
It's so... Most of the stuff that he says, it's very poetic, but you would have to go... Like, like, even myself, who reads between the lines in everything, literally everything. Even I struggle to find a through line through anything that... Sometimes it's very difficult. There is no through line, and it's almost as if these things sound poetic, they sound good, but they actually don't mean anything. Or it just vaguely means something, you know? My love is an animal call, but then talking about integrated hardware. Like, an animal call is quite visceral. It's very natural, but then integrated hardware, that's not that's not a natural process, you know. So it's almost as if it doesn't mean anything.
Trail frothing at the moor. These days I'm a circuit board, integrated hardware you cannot afford. The perfect start to a perfect war, putting down the roses, picking up the sword.
Nope, I get it. Nope, because he said, oh no, he didn't. He's talking about past tense. Maybe he just got his tenses wrong. I don't know. But he said animal call, and now he's like, these days, I'm integrated hardware, brev. I'm on a circuit board you can't afford. So get out my door, you dirty... Oh no, we're on Patreon. I can say, whore.
Perfect start to a perfect war.
From roses to swords.
Down the roses, picking up the sword.
I'm fighting now.
Regia.
With an R.
Well, my past is a holy book, a call from Olympus, ringing off the hook.
Ooh, Greek.
Between the pain and the way you look, I'm stuck in a time where the mountains shook. And these days I'm a pitch picture frame, screaming out the sunshine, singing in the rain. Sugar on the blood cells, carbon on the brain. All of Eden's vices running through my veins.
Why is he mentioning Eden again? Regia. I'm gonna pretend that there's no I in Regia. Who's saying it like that? I've never seen that word in my life. Has he made it up? Is it part of their alphabet that nobody understands? Why has he mentioned Eden again? You know? Screaming at the sunshine. Oh my god, Deftones. The sun! Shut it, shut it! Singing in the rain. Carbon, we're made of carbon.
All of Eden's vices running through my veins. Aqua Regia, oxytocin running in the ether.
Oxytocin. Silicon ballrooms. This literally sounds like something I would say on one of my mad rants. Oh my god. Literally, when I'm on the phone to people who are unsolicited callers, Brev, who do you think? No, you're not talking. No, it's not Mr. Grey. You're talking to silicon bathrooms. Bathrooms! It literally says ballrooms! And I said bathrooms! This is what I'm saying. Silicon ballrooms. Carbon on the brain. Brev, he's just writing things. It's just things. I really want to make sense of this. I don't think I'm supposed to. I like it though. This isn't one of my favourites. Unless this changes, I can already tell. That was the... There's so much. Silicon bathrooms. Ballrooms. Teddy, if you get that wrong one more time, slap you on cam. Almost did it then. Oxytocin, isn't that the thing that you get from sex? Isn't that the sex hormone? Oxytocin. I swear it's the sex hormone. It's either the sex hormone or it's the one for like orgasmic happiness. I.e. the sex. Who calls it the sex? Me. Hello, darling. Would you like to have the sex? Jesus.
All of Eden's vices running through my veins. Aqua
Reject.
Oxytocin running in the ether. Silicon ballrooms, subatomic interactions. If it's all good.
No, it isn't. Black Keys. See what I mean?
No.
No. See what I mean about the runs? When he does it, fire.
When I'm done dancing to alarm bells, no wonder my ears are still ringing. And I'm done fighting off change. No wonder my arms are still swinging.
Oh, not this again. Aqua Reject. when you're thinking of what, though, is thy question? Rev, Aqua Regia, the instrumental, so much better than the vocals on that one. The vocals towards the end, very punchy, very nice. Didn't like the oxytocin, carbon fiber, silicon ballroom bathroom. To me, it doesn't mean anything. If there's anything that you can pull from that, please let me know. But to me, I don't know. Aqua Regia. I might have to learn what the word Regia means before I look into the meaning of this song. But to be fair, I didn't really like the vocality towards the beginning. The instrumental kind of picked up in the middle with that. It was like an instrumental break, but there were things happening. It felt like a transformation, and then some nice little runs where I wanted them on the end of bars. He gave them on the beginning of bars, just to F with my head. I'm absolutely sure of it. Not really, obviously. I'm not one of these people that thinks the world revolves around them. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get on the next one. Aqua Regia. I mean, a very weird track. Probably not one that I'd be excited if I heard the start of this live. I'd be like, oh, could have been a different one, you know. Not that I hated it. It's just that, I mean, it's their fault really for setting the fucking bar so high. Or maybe I shouldn't have listened to Take Me Back to Eden first before any of the others off the album. Maybe. I don't know. But it kind of set the bar very high. So the rest of the tracks on the album, I'm kind of looking for that as well. Granite was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. Aqua Regia, not so much. I'm kind of glad that so far it's a 50-50 mix. That means going into number 3, it's got a lot to live up to. And Vore more to go. Imagine if we did actually have 4 more to go. Vore more to go. That joke, it doesn't even sound good as a joke anymore. 5.5 minutes, so hopefully this one is along more the same lines as a Take Me Back to Eden, rather than, the last one, Aqua Rejects. Sleep Token, Vore, without further ado, we have the lyrics up, and let's go. I like that picture. Freaky. I've never heard it. Jesus! That kind of sounded reminiscent of the... You remember we did Lorna Shore to the Hellfire? Small girl, why do you cry? Everybody gassing about it. Oh, why is his Gollum impression so good? I don't know. Many a nights spent alone as a child just trying to perfect impressions. Anyway, moving on. This kind of sounded the same. It was that kind of like Gollum scream. It was more that, a little bit more high pitched than we're used to from in the screaming sections. Although at the end of Take Me Back to Eden, it was like, Take Me Back to Eden. And I remember being quite alarmed at how high pitched the screaming was, considering that his singing voice is quite I wouldn't say baritone, maybe. It's quite deep. I really enjoyed the start of this. I didn't realise that there were even vocals. I thought it was part of the... I thought there was something coming in. Sorry. That was, I'm going to start it all the way from the beginning again because that's kind of a vibe killer even for me. So I'd hate to think what you're thinking at home right now. Like, for fuck's sake, please stop pausing it. But it's the life after death. One thing that I really like in rap is when pauses are used, because if only if the next word is quite poignant or actually means something, or it's in a roundabout way, sort of summing up the entire record itself, you know. And this is spoken about flesh and bone, so the whole thing about death, it seems like that is quite poignant. I really like this off the bat. This might be my favourite so far from these. Vocals! Oh, that's mad. That's mad. Okay, so weirdly, throughout most of that, I kind of thought, okay, he can't simply just be talking about the relationship that he has with someone. I believe it's the relationship he has with something. I believe it's hate or hatred or just the feeling of just wanting to lash out irrationally. Whatever that feeling is, just pure anger in its purest form, just darkness. Because it sounded like something that he wants to happen, but not something that should happen. And the end there with "Are you in pain like I am?" It's almost like this song was written from the POV of his hate. The POV of the hate inside of him. And then that last bit, "Are you in pain like I am?" And it's almost as if either the camera or your view of said thing, whatever the embodiment of hatred is, "Are you in pain like I am?" It's almost as if it's trapped behind a cage and you're getting further and further away from it. And this thing saying, "Are you in pain like I am?" You're the one who's put that in a cage. Like, from his perspective, he's the one who's put that. He's put all of his hatred in a cage, all of his anger, and said, "No, I'm not going to be that angry. I'm not gonna hate. I'm going to try and be good." So he's had to lock all of that negative emotion up inside of a cage. It's Jungian philosophy again. That man foresaw some of humanity's greatest displeasures. This being one of them. The fact that seldom are you ever given an opportunity to let out your shadow self. So for most people, you do have to keep it contained. You have to keep a part of you caged, you know? It might even let itself out in the form of a joke that you want to make, but you're worrying about whether or not it's politically correct to say the joke you want to say. So now a part of you has to remain and live in a cage. And you over your life, you continuously add more and more things to that part of you that can't ever get let out. I feel like this song is from that POV. And imagine that part of you is all the darkest parts of you. And that's in a cage, screaming to you, saying, "Are you not in pain like I am?" Like, I'm in pain too. You might think I'm all the worst parts of you, but I'm in pain too. That's such a deep thing, man. That's such a deep, I don't want to say philosophical, because I don't think of myself as that sort of person. I just kind of, I'm a contrarian. I question everything until its conclusion or end. Those two words mean the same thing, Teddy. Conclusion, end. Although I suppose, some things end without a conclusion. So, there you go. Justified my own mistake. Brilliant. Is that a coping mechanism, or was I actually right? I'll never know. Man, I don't know. Bev, there's got to be. I often think, and this isn't even the place to talk about this, however, this is Patreon, so it's exactly the place to talk about this. I often think, why do people like listening to my musings? Because I suppose it's not just me, this isn't a podcast, it's not just me talking shit about the day's events. I'm pondering shit that, like, this is the way that I talk to myself. Sometimes I don't know whether I should say this. May as well, you guys know practically everything about inside my head from all of these reactions, so why not? I often, when I'm out in the streets, I will talk to myself on the phone. I don't actually talk to myself on the phone, I just hold the phone up to my ear and I'll walk the streets talking, but I'm not talking to anybody. I'm resolving things in my head, but sometimes I have to say them out loud because it's difficult organising things in there. So sometimes I'll say them out loud and I'll just either, have my headphones in and then I'll pretend like I'm talking to somebody on the phone, but I'm talking to myself. This is the way that I talk to myself anyway. So I don't know why people like like listening to this. I also don't know if I'm the only one that does that. So maybe I'm not the only one that talks to themselves, and then people like seeing somebody else talk to themselves because then it validates the fact that they talk to themselves. I don't know, but well, this was Sleep Token Vore. Are you in pain like I am? It seems like a stupid. It seems like a very pointless question to ask somebody like me, especially after that rant. We're in the Silicon Ballroom!
Gautier Divine, the new fragrance by Jean-Paul Gaultier.
This lunchtime, go all crispin with Walkers.
Okay. Are you really okay? Okay. Thank you, universe. It's been the first one that started off guitar.
I raised you in the dark, caught you reading by the
Yo! See what I mean? It could be baritone. His voice is very, very deep. I caught you reading. Briv! Came out like a Pavarotti. It was very, very low down. I just really like the way that started. Let's start that again. The guitar was quite a high tone, quite sharp. So I raised you up so I could. I love his voice, man.
I raised you in the dark, caught you reading by the sunrise. You wandered from the path through the silence of the hillside. Don't you know, I could see it in you even then. Don't you
What is it about his voice, Brev? It was quite like nasally as well. There's something. I'm trying to figure out what it is, trying to piece it, but I don't know what it is. It was quite nasally. It's quite like old timey. I really like it, man.
could see it in you even then. Don't you know,
There's a bit of Frank Sinatra in there,
I
Brev.
was trying to hold back the darkness. And are you really okay? Are you really okay?
Oh my god, why did I just have that thought? You know Michael Jackson, that Annie, are you okay? Imagine Imagine if this song is Sleep Token's way of being like, no, are you really okay? Alright. Fuck me. Okay, I'm really sorry about Oh.
To hold back the darkness.
My god.
And are you really okay?
Tell us, Annie. Okay, drum pattern.
Woke me up one night, dripping crimson on the carpet. I saw it in your eyes, cutscene deeper than the scars could run. And don't you know, I can see it in you even now. And don't you know, I want to help you, but I don't know how. Are you
Oh, I like this one. Oh, I like this one. The drums. Oh, I wish you'd have ended that note differently.
Just please don't hurt yourself again. Please don't hurt yourself again. Please don't hurt yourself again.
Okay. Part of me is actually relieved that that's the end of it, because I thought there was going to be another doo 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 boo. Annie, are you okay? I genuinely enjoyed this one. Are you really okay? Again, though, it seems like one of those ones that's very personal. You know, dripping crimson on the carpet. I looked at you, and the stare that you were giving me was deeper than the cuts. That's a person, you know? When somebody gives you a stare like that, like a deep stare, it's like they're blaming you, you know? Especially in that instant as well. That person's blaming him for them cutting themselves. Maybe that's why he feels to reiterate the please don't hurt yourself again, like, no, this is my stance. You know, you might say that I'm to blame for this, but my stance is that, you know, you shouldn't be doing that. I don't want you to hurt yourself, you know? Imagine if I was with somebody who was doing that, you know, and nobody has to my knowledge. Surely you'd know, although I don't know, you know. But yeah, if that was happening to me, I don't know. I don't think I've ever been with anybody who's been that sad. Thankfully. But yeah, I don't know. That would be the sentiment, though. Like, you'd ask them if they're okay, they'd say that they're fine, and then, no, are you really okay? This song didn't seem like one that was tied to the law. It seemed like one that was very personal. Maybe it's something that he's had to deal with like a friend or a brother or sister, maybe. Doesn't just have to be a relationship, you know. Yeah, just somebody close to him that he's had to really put this message out there for, or felt like he had to make this song, you know. He's obviously been through something with somebody. I don't know. But in terms of a song, the composition of this, when those piano notes came in the end too, beautiful. Just brought it all together. It kind of felt like a Viva La Vida era Coldplay track, just with how cinematic it is. But it's almost like a build me up kind of cinematic experience, despite this being like an Are You Really Okay? Although maybe that's the point. It's like the instrumentation in the backing is uplifting because this message is, you know, please don't hurt yourself again. That's an uplifting message, or it should be for the person receiving it. You know, you now have somebody who's invested enough into you that they're pleading with you not to hurt yourself again. So that's a step, you know. A lot of good things about this record. Genuinely liked it. Was definitely in a different direction than I thought his vocals were going to go, especially with the deep vocals that he came with. Very, very good. A lot of things to like about this record. Definitely, again, one that I could listen to again. This would be a one for a deeper mood. Couldn't listen to this one in the gym like Take Me Back to Eden, but very, very good. Next one. The Apparition.
Why are you never real? Whenever you appear, you leave me with that grace. I am trembling with fear, but I know that you will disappear just as I awake, a whisper in my ear.
Briv! I know that learn how to talk, Teddy. I know that before I came into these Sleep Token reactions, there's already a law that's sort of like been popularized and set in place. But I swear to God, the more I listen to their music, the more it makes sense to me that he sometimes write songs from the perspective of a feeling. Do you know how difficult that is? I've done it like 3 times in my entire... I've been writing for a fucking long time. And it's something that I've always wanted to nail down. I feel like this... Oh, God, it's very, very good. Very, very good. Like, why are you never real, you know? It's because it's not a person.
Why are you never real? Whenever you appear, you leave me with that grace. I am trembling with fear, but I know that you will disappear just as I awake, a whisper in my ear. Well, I believe that somewhere in the past something was between you and I, my dear, and it remains with me to this day. No matter what I do, the scar will never fade.
This instrumental is fire, bro.
So let's make trouble in the dream world. Hijack heaven with another memory, girl. I'll make the most of the turning tide. It just split once.
Brev, why is he doing that? Why is he doing that? Make most turning tide. higher, heaven. A lot of alliteration. Is that purposeful? I'm going back for the fucking instrumental. What are you talking about?
So let's make trouble in the dream world. Hijack heaven with another memory now. I make the most of the turning tide. It's just split what's left of the burning silence. Don't wait, cause this could be the last time you turn up in the reveries of my mind.
Reveries,
Wake up to a suicide frenzy. Loaded dreams still leave me. I believe somewhere in the past something was between you and I, my dear.
Oh my dear, I thought it was my darling.
It remains with me to this day. No matter what I do, this wound will never heal. Why are you there for me? This shifting space you follow me just let me go. Take me
I'm getting Breaking Benjamin vibes. Fire. Loaded, empty, fire. No, bro, come on, man. Huh? 100%. Why would you do that to me, Rev? Taking the piss. On these guys from England. What are they doing? Why would you mess up a fellow Englander's head like that? Just drop that little trap-infused instrumental at the end there. The Apparition. I really like it. All of these have been fire, man. The only one that I didn't like was Aqua Reject. It's the only one that I didn't like. And it's not even that I didn't like it because the instrumental was still fire. It's just the Aqua Regia carbon fiber oxytocin in my brain thing. Couldn't get along with it. DYWTYLM. Now what does that mean? Do you walk to your local market? Oh, do you wish? Of course it is. Do you walk to your local market? Idiot. Idiot.
Do you roll with the waves? Or do you duck into deep blue safety? Is it always the same? Do you wish that you loved me?
Bro, why does the backing music sound like you're starting your orientation day at work and they go, and here is the cafeteria. Here is the cafeteria. Here you will find all of the local snacks. Do you walk to your local market? What a shit instrumental this is so far. GarageBand piece of
Do
shit.
you roll with the waves? Or do you duck into deep blue safety? Is it always the same? Do you wish that you loved me? Do you pull out the chains? Or do you push into constant aching each and every day? Do you wish that you loved me?
Sure. I'm getting the 1975 vibes. Menswear.
Is there something you give that you will never receive in return? Do you know what it is? Do you wish that you loved me?
Bro, so far this is almost like a stripped down version of Menswear by the 1975 off of their album. I believe it was called the 1975. But this is almost like a bare bones stripped down version of that song. Holy shit. Brilliant. Brilliant. I'm glad we're bringing that back in 2025. Those are vocals.
Is there something you give that you will never receive in return? Do you know what it is?
Oh, do you even know what it is?
Do you wish that you loved me? Now are you trying to live like everything is a lesson to learn? Can you ever forgive yourself? Do you wish that you loved me? My reflection just won't smile back at me like I know it should, and I would turn into a stranger.
I already knew it.
An instant if I could. And there is something eating me alive. I don't know what it is. Maybe not that you conceal your feelings, they just don't exist. Do
Nice.
you ever believe
This guy understands syllables.
we can turn into different people?
Yes.
It's getting harder to be myself. Do you wish that you loved me?
Bonnie there!
Could we ever release? Is it better to just not feel? Can we hit delete? Do you wish that you loved me? It's been so long that I'm forgetting what it feels like, but I'd rather not remind myself and leave it all behind.
Fire.
And I try so hard to fix it up, but nothing seems to help. But I cannot hope to give you what I cannot
Give myself. Let's go!
Do you wish that you loved me? But do you wish that you loved me? Do you wish that you loved me? Oh, do you wish that you loved me? Do you wish that you loved me?
No.
Do you wish that you loved me? Do you wish that you loved me?
I will if you bring it back.
Oh, do you wish that you loved me?
No! Stop it!
For so
Oh, what's this one? Rain. For God's sake, man. Do You Wish That You Loved Me? Started out, I didn't think I was going to enjoy that. By the end of it, I could have done with more of that, actually. Because the beat didn't have to change. Because what? Oh my god. Those harmonic vocals. You can use VSTs for that. And I hope that he did. I hope that he didn't go the long way of pre-recording all of those harmonies and then syncing them up perfectly. And I hope he didn't do that. I hope he just used a VST. So much easier. Oh, that's, yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Do you walk to your local market? This one's called Rain.
For so long I've waited, so long that I almost became just a stoic statue fit for nobody, and I don't wanna get in your way, but I finally think I can say that the vicious cycle was over the moment you smiled at me.
Reverb.
And just like the rain, you cast the dust into nothing and wash out the soul from my head. So touch me again, I feel my shadow dissolving. Will you cleanse me with pleasure? It's that chemical cup that I can get down with, up like the moon and out like the hounds. A dangerous disposition, somehow refracted in light, reflected in sound. I'm coiled up like a venomous serpent, tangled in your trance, and I'm certain you have got your hooks in me.
Oi, that's fire! Oi, I like the serpent, certain. I had one. What was it? I literally wrote it the other week as well. You can shed the serpent, but I'm certain that it's still a snake. That's crazy. Serpent, certain. That's crazy! Oi.
Can get down with, up like the moon and out like the hounds. A dangerous disposition, somehow refracted in light, reflected in sound. I'm coiled up like a venomous serpent, tangled in your trance, and I'm certain you have got your hooks in me. I know the way that it goes. You get what you give, you reap what you sow, and I can see you in my fate.
Okay.
And I know I am what I am, the mouth of the wolf, the eyes of the lamb. So darling, will you saturate?
That's fire. The mouth of the wolf and the eyes of the lamb. Wow. Like in his eyes, you see innocence. But then from his mouth, darkness. Crazy. I like that. The mouth of the wolf, the eyes of the lamb. I really like that. Wolf in sheep's clothing. There's a lot to be unpacked in just that one line. That's nice. Let's go.
I know I am what I am, the mouth of the wolf, the eyes of the lamb. So darling, will you saturate? Just like the rain, you cast the dust into nothing and wash out the salt from my head.
Runs.
Touch me again, I feel my shadow dissolving. Will you cleanse me with pleasure? Nobody can say for certain if maybe it's all just a game. When I open my eyes to the future, I can hear you say my name. So rain down on me.
I thought the drop was coming.
Rain down on me. Rain down on me. Rain down on me. Rain down on me.
I thought I could hear screaming.
Get 50 seriously free spins when you join Sky Vegas. Play. It's
Rain.
why we're here.
I did like that one. Not one of my favourites, sure. But very nice. It's more, it's getting to the point now where it's more the vocal presence that is making each record outstanding from the last one. With the instrumentation, apart from Do You Walk Your Dog in the Local Market, apart from that one, the instrumentation has been very samey. You know, you kind of, there's almost a formula. You kind of know what you're going to get, you know? I like it. Euclid. Euclidopus. Fucking wedding song. Are we in Eden?
Just run it back, give me 5 whole minutes. I am thick out on the inside, burning. I've got a ghost in the hallway, grinning, and a heavy head that won't stop turning. If my fate is a bad collision, and if my mind is an open highway, give me the twilight two-way vision. Give me one last ride on a sunset skylane.
Oh!
When you get the chance, I can feel the walls around me closing in. Just running forward and live like wires as I see the past on an empty ceiling. I play along with the life signs anyway, but oh to God you don't know this feeling. Yet in reverse you were all my symmetry. A parallel I would lay my life on. So if your wings won't find you heaven, I will bring it down like an ancient bygone. Call me when you have the time. I just need to leave this part of me behind. Do you remember me? When the rain gathers, and do you still believe that nothing else matters for me? It's still the autumn leaves, these ancient canopies that we used to lay beneath.
Trees.
No, but no, the night belongs to you. This power's broken through, and I must be someone new.
That's what I was gonna say. Like lovers. Damn. Oh. Is that everything? I mean, I do believe so. So that is the album. I'm telling you. It said like lovers entwined, so it's not talking about a relationship. And I don't know. Everything that gets said that seems like it's a part of a bigger thing that he's talking about, something existential. It genuinely feels like it's coming from a place of him talking about his anger or about his hate. He's created that in a physical embodiment. Maybe he's called it the entity. Maybe he's called that sleep. I don't know. But it's like all the worst parts of him, because all throughout this whole record, it was talk about reflection. Like it said reflection on a few of the different tracks, and it hasn't been talking about. It keeps saying like lovers entwined, like a relationship, like love. So it's not that kind of relationship. It's a personal relationship that he has with a part of himself that he either can't accept or won't love. I don't know. That's what it is to me, you know? And maybe that's me fucking projecting onto the lyrics, you know? Maybe that's me trying to figure something out, but it all makes sense, you know? I don't know if that matches with the law. I don't know if it completely goes, runs contrary to what the law tells us. I don't know. I don't actually care, to be honest. You know, people have one idea about what a song means. Doesn't mean that it's right, unless the artist actually says, here's what the fuck I'm talking about, line by line. It's all up to interpretation. Find your own meaning. For me, that's it. It's a part of himself that he's kept cage. I don't know, man. A very, very, it seems well thought out record in terms of where things have been placed. That's definitely an album. It's not just a mixtape or a collection of songs that they put together. It seems like a whole story. By the end, it seems like he wants to become a new thing. He wants to become a better version of himself, or just let go of this era completely. That part of himself just let go, you know. Maybe that's symbolized in this painting. He still has a head, sure, but he got rid of the old one. I don't know. Sometimes illustrations are significant, you know? Sometimes they're not. I have no idea. What I do know is that now that I've done the album, I can go ahead and do the new Sleep Token record, which, you know, of course, everybody has been asking me in the comment section of every video that I do to do the new Sleep Token record, but I couldn't do it until I gave the Patreon gang this that you've watched now for like an hour and 30, something like that. These album reactions are always very, very long, especially if I can do them, you know, nobody's around. I can be as loud as I want. I can run on tangents for as long as I need to, with this being the Patreon. So the album reactions takes a lot out of me, you know. But even having said that, I kind of wish that I'd have listened to Take Me Back to Eden and The Summon and the other ones from this record that I'd already listened to. Listen to it all in one. But now, you know, I get to go smoke some greenery and do that this evening. Because I'll have to edit parts of this up to get it out for you guys tonight. Hopefully I can get it out tonight. I've got a few other things to record as well. But, you know, this has already taken up an hour and a half of my time, and it's just one video. So hopefully you're appreciative of it. I'm sure you will be. Why would you not be, you know? But yeah, Just realised that I had throughout most of that, I was like, oh, do you know what? I'm really parched. And throughout most of it, I was staring at a cup that had juice in it. Juice, like I'm 5. It is Vimto juice, though, so. Vimto cordial. What am I even talking about? It's been your boy Teddy Ground stuff. If there are any more from Sleep Token that you feel that I need to listen to in order for the lore, let me know. But other than that, just get ready for the new Sleep Token reaction. It might be coming to Patreon first. I might just put it straight to YouTube. I don't know yet. I don't know. It depends how well the album reaction goes, I suppose. It's been your boy Teddy Ground stuff. Love y'all. Deuces.